Hello and welcome back to my playthrough of Pokemon Pyrite. In the last episode, we reached Cerulean City after defeating... I think we did defeat Brock in the last episode. I think we did all of that. And then we went up, we did everything up in Cerulean Cape. We then visited the power plant, found the guy who was stolen the machine part from the power plant, and we found that they were all grouping together inside Cerulean Cave. And so what we're going to do in this episode is we're going to follow them there and work out what on earth is going on. So, we pop in here. We've already beaten these two guys here. But these are the important ones. It's whether we can work out how on earth, or who on earth, we need to be talking to around here. So, we're just going to screech away at this Wobbuffet, and then we can sludge bomb it. It should take it out at -6 defense. Do I need to catch a Wobbuffet? This is a good question, because there's obviously no Wynaut. There's no Wynaut in this game, so Wobbuffet. Do I need a Ditto? Do I need a Yanma? Yeah, I do need a Wobbuffet, okay. I will bear that in mind. So I need a Scizor. Bam bam, a bam bam. Just having a look at which Pokemon. So I need a Diglett. Wow. Lots of Pokemon we haven't caught yet, but anyway, so we got this Rocket here who has a Raticate, which is going to Screech, and then we're going to Sludge Bomb. He's going to Hyper Fang, that's going to do a big amount to us, but our Sludge Bomb does more to him, which is really, really good. He's got his own Ariados. I'm just going to Psychic, I'm going to see how much that... crit hit, Psychic takes out his Ariados. He then has a Muck, which again, we're just going to keep on Psychicking away. We even get a crit there, and he misses the Fire Blast again. And then he's got a Hypno, so best thing we can do here is just Screech. Obviously no damage off on this Hypno, which kind of sucks, but we can bite away. Dynamic Punch. There we go, cut through confusion. Take out the Hypno with our Vaporeon. Nice and simple. We started this project. Okay, so they've built a secret laboratory here in Cerulean Cave, and they obviously needed the machine part in order to make it work. I like this. I like that we got something new here. No, we'll actually keep Ariados at the front. Just don't give me Crobats. Just don't give me Crobats. So, don't go any further. Only members of Team Rocket are allowed in. So, another Raticate. Just going to Screech and Sludge Bomb as we did last time. Beautiful. He's got a Houndoom, so we definitely want to get out of here. We can expect a Fire-type move, in which case I'm going to go to Vaporeon here. He's going to Flamethrower, that's good. We can Surf. Crunch is still special, so that's not actually terribly bad for us. Just going to keep Surfing. He's actually cursing, and then he explodes on me, so nothing we can do about that. We're going to Typhlosion. I think that's our best sort of all-around counter for most things. Even yeah, we got that burn there. The burn obviously helped with the Rock Slide, meant that Rock Slide did far less than it normally would. And now we can go into Donphan. Expect the Earthquake. Probably has Ice Beam. Does have Ice Beam. But Earthquake should take out the Nidoking, and there we go. Sweet. You're not going to ruin our plans this time. We'll do one more battle. So, after lots of gene splicing and DNA engineering experiments based on Mewtwo was finally born. Okay, so you're just going to give me a lot of information, which is fine by me. So I'm glad I've got lots of revives, actually. I want to give that to Vaporeon. We should actually give the Soft Sand to Donphan. A lot of these we can get rid of, actually. We've got to do that eventually. Lots of PP ups, actually. I need to think about which moves I want to do that for. Probably, actually. Just because Earthquake is so good. And I think it's only 10. Starts off at base 10. So anyway, we get a Hyper Potion, which I am going to use. I'm actually going to use a Revive as well. No, I'm not going to use a revive. I'm just going to Hyper Potion up our Donphan here. And then we're going to take on this guy. Our experiments have been a complete success. With Mewtwo under control, Team Rocket will be unstoppable. Okay, so they're trying to control Mewtwo. Has no one told them that's a terrible idea yet? Donphan, Explosion. At least I predicted that it would be probably Explosion. Does have the hidden power, which looked to be super effective there. But thankfully we do survive. And again, we see Explosion, but Explosion is fine. There's nothing you can do at this point to stop Team Rocket. So it looks like we might actually be having to fight a guy with a Mewtwo at the end of this, which could well be very, very difficult. Yeah, let's see what you've got. So, another Rocket with 4 Pokemon. Starts off with an Ariados, which we can Psychic. That's a good 2-hit KO. Why on earth does your Arbok know Rock Slide? Xatu! And that's not really good for us, so I think we'll let our... It's fair enough just to let our guy go, our Ariados go down there. We're going to Vaporeon here and hope that Ice Beam takes out the Xatu. Nearly. And there we go, we land the Ice Beam through the confusion, which is really good. Victory Bell probably outspeeds me. I'm going to go to Typhlosion, expecting like Razor Leaf or Sludge Bomb actually, so middle ground play. Which is quite interesting. And then a Gligar, so we definitely want to head back into Vaporeon if we can live whatever's coming our way. We can also go into Ursaring. Ice Punch is quadruply effective. Gligar is going to go down. I haven't actually seen any Gligar this run, I don't think. How can you not see the beauty of our evil? So obviously another Grunt is next, I would assume. We have so many 4-restores, 40 odd, that really don't feel too bad about using them all. I'm going to put Togetic at the front. So, Ludicrous should leave grown-ups alone, says this Rocket, who starts off with a Hypno. I'm just going to... oh, man. Do we assume it's got the Dream Eater? I'm going to say yes, we do. Does have Dream Eater. We bite. Bite is great. And he misses Hypnosis, which is even better. And obviously, we have our Mint Berry anyway, so Hypnosis is nothing to our Vaporeon. I'm expecting a Thunderbolt, maybe? Hypnosis. And Dream Eater... Well, the fact that we weren't awake is always a good sign. I probably shouldn't have gone into Togetic here, because that just means that Ursaring's going to take some hits. Yeah. We'll see if we can get off any damage at all. There we go, we wake up good. It does have the Thunderbolt, so it did have the Thunderbolt, so I was actually right in predicting that. Unfortunately, he does again get the Hypnosis off. We're just going to have to go into Typhlosion here. Dream Eater is going to miss. We're going to get off a Flamethrower. That does take out the Gengar. There we go, good. Next Pokemon is an Octillery. I'm going to Thunder Punch. I don't see Surf taking us out. It doesn't, indeed. And there we go, we defeat that Rocket. So I'm just going to be careful. So there's a Rocket there. Get back some revives. And some 4 stalls. They do have a full heal. Okay, so, yeah. This guy says he's going to make sure that we never ruin Team Rocket again. Holding the Berserk gene, so that just means he's gone Berserk. Unsurprisingly. So his attack is way up. I'm going to go into Typhlosion here. He's going to land the Rock Slide, and that is not going to take me out, which is really, really good. I'm going to now Endure, and unfortunately he does hurt himself in Confusion. Now, does Endure fail? Because if it does, then I want to go into Donphan. We're going to Donphan here. Going to hurt himself in Confusion again. This is obviously the risk with using the Berserk gene. You have Confusion, and you have no way of securing that, obviously. Also using Berserk on the Machamp as well, which lands a cross chop, but we do get off an Earthquake. He also lands a second cross chop. No going to Typhlosion here. I reckon Flamethrower should be enough. There we go, good. Tauros. And this time I'm going to endure again if he hits us. There we go. But now we can reversal. Base, you know, supremely powerful fighting type move there. Continue, you will witness our magnificent creation, Mewtwo. So, we'll grab our 4 restores once more. A Typhlosion and Donphan need to be recovered. So, what's next for us? I would assume that that's the Mewtwo there, that sort of little sprite. But anyway, we got this guy. Scientist is going to lead off with the Magneton. We can go into Donphan here, and Thunderbolt is not going to affect us. Beautiful. Going to send up the Porygon 2. I'm going to Earthquake. We see the Ice Beam, which is obviously super effective. But we'll now go into Ursaring. Ice Beam is obviously still going to do a decent amount to us. He's going to T-Wave us, which isn't fun. Strength looks like a 3-hit KO if we could have got some hits off. We can go to Typhlosion here. Flamethrower should take it out. Yeah, there we go, good. And then a Ditto, so looking to become a Typhlosion. But now obviously we can just Thunder Punch. We've got to be careful because obviously he can reversal us. And I should have realised that. But anyway, we're now going to Flamethrower. Spadef did go down. But we can now go into Vaporeon. He's going to recover, and we miss. Why do we miss? Surf should never miss. It's like a freaking tidal wave. A Ditto. So, I'd probably rather it turned into Togetic. Although it does have Solar Beam, but you know. We'll go into Togetic. And then we'll go into Vaporeon back again. It's gonna go for the fly. We probably we do outspeed. Why does it? Well, that was a crit. That's not helpful. And we get the freeze, which is actually really unfortunate. But really unfortunate for them. Obviously, really good for us. You've given enough of a nuisance already. You're about to experience the sheer power of Mewtwo. Haha, there's no way you can defeat Mewtwo in a Pokemon battle. Now Mewtwo, attack. No, where did Mewtwo go? Okay, so one, I'm very glad that we didn't have to fight Mewtwo there because I had 2 of my biggest hitters out of action. But also, where could Mewtwo have gone? Okay, so if it is indeed a Mewtwo that we're going to have to battle, I do have a Master Ball. I need to remember this. I do have a Master Ball. And it may well be best to use Master Ball here. So, we head down. Okay, we've got paths either side and one path going up. Hornrill is going to miss. So we can head this way, another path going up. I'm interested by this. I want to see where this these paths go. Wild Ditto. Okay, so this is something we can actually save current game. I'm gonna charm you. And go into a Typhlosion. You're gonna go for the Solar Beam. That's fine. We can Flamethrower. The reason I charm there is obviously because that removes the effectiveness. Well, it reduces the effectiveness of both Fly and Shadow Ball. Oh man, this is the issue when you're in a cave with Golbat. You really want something that can just deal with him. We get a Super Repel, which is actually useful. I'm going to quickly use that. So I have literally no idea where we're going. It's sort of like, it looks like it's a big maze. which isn't particularly fun. See, there's an item there. There's an item here. A twisted spoon, which boosts the power of psychic type attacks. There's the Mewtwo, I would assume. Yeah. We can get a rare candy. Now, the question is whether we want to encounter the Mewtwo now, or whether we want to encounter the Mewtwo slightly later. And I do want to put probably Golbat in front. Sorry, Fighting Golbat. Should probably put Aridos in front. Hopefully Psychic is a 2-hit KO on these Golbat. And if it isn't, then we'll be in trouble. But that's good to know. Okay, so that's the one we actually need to take. This one here, down in the bottom corner. As we see Wild Wobbuffet. I'm tempted to Psychic, but if he Mirror Coats, he's currently Mirror Coating, I'm going to assume he's going to continue Mirror Coating. So I'm going to Sludge Bomb and pray he doesn't counter. Okay, well we're going to take him out anyway. Now, time when we're going to use a Wobbuffet. That's going to be an interesting Let's Play, it must be said. So we can Surf to grab a full Restore. We can pop up here. As we see Wild Seeking in the water. Don't you dare Horn Drill me. What Kingler? Giga Drain does so much. All of these Pokemon seem to have one-hit KO moves. It's very, very worrying. So that doesn't actually look like that leads anywhere at all. Alakazam. Yeah, I was going to say. Ooh, wow. I wasn't sure whether I would be able to run away from that, but it's obviously an Alakazam. Golbat. Let's see how much Psychic does. That's a good amount. There we go, good. So yeah, item, Calcium. That is special. Okay, so that looks like everything that we can do here, and if that is the case, then we will go on and go to challenge that Mewtwo. And in order to do that, just going to switch Typhlosion to the front, because obviously Typhlosion is our fastest Pokemon, should hopefully be able to run away from most things. Destiny Bond, okay, that's fine. Flamethrower does a lot. Just going to Thunder Punch. It does get off the Mirror Coat, and the Mirror Coat is going to do huge amounts to us. And I'm just going to reverse. Ah, what are you kidding me? That reversal takes him out from that health, that range. No way that should have taken him out. If we go down to, nope, just Destiny Bond. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so now we just start throwing Great Balls, Ultra Balls, sorry. Okay, we're gonna save. Try and catch this Wobbuffet. I don't know what the catch rate for Wobbuffet is. I still got to catch that Ditto, don't I? I don't think I caught the Ditto. There we go. So we catch. Yeah, I think I was too busy thinking about how to defeat the Ditto that I didn't actually catch it. So that is the guy from earlier, actually. Another Wobbuffet. Thankfully they don't have Shadow Tag in this gen, so we can just run. Okay, so what else do we have? This little area is going to tell us. Looks like we've got everything we need in order to prepare for a battle with Mewtwo. There is an item up there, but I don't know how we get up there. Go away, Kadabra. Ditto, okay, so we're just going to Flamethrower. Okay, that takes out Ditto straight away. So there's obviously another item that we probably want to try and get at some point, but I don't know how. Oh man, you're kidding me. That was clever. Okay, there we go. Ditto. This time we're going to save, and then we're just going to Thunder Punch. Doesn't take it out, great. And now we'll save again, and try and catch this guy. And there we go, we catch ourselves a Ditto, the Transform Pokemon. Cool. So, as Bill tells us, we filled up our box, which is fine. Come on, let me go, let me go. Get so much, could be getting so much experience if I was with the right Pokemon and just sort of killing all of these high-level wilds. But if I need to grind, I know where to come, you know, there are loads of good places to actually... So I'm thinking Master Ball might well be my strat for Mewtwo, just because I know Mewtwo's catch rate is ridiculous, and we don't have any Ultra Balls. Well, we have like 2 Ultra Balls, and I personally don't particularly like the idea of trying to fiddle around with it. Although, what we will do is we will give it a go, because that's what I usually do. I'll give it a go, try and catch it naturally, and then maybe give it a few tries, because I feel like that's not the worst thing in the world to try and do. And I did that with like previous legendaries, where you've tried to catch it in sort of like a normal game, with the amount of Ultra Balls that you have at the time. But anyway, so Wild Mewtwo appears at level 75. We're just going to... Shadow Ball Barrier is now obviously going to do very little because of... we can assume that its moveset is going to be... Swift. We're going to Charm now. And Charm again. And Charm again. So he's now at +6 defense. I'm going to hope that this Shadow Ball doesn't take him out. Okay, fine. I'm trying to think of a physical... I could go into Typhlosion and Reversal, essentially. Because that's now going to be resisted and is super weak. And unfortunately, he's disabled me. Which really sucks. So we'll go into Vaporeon. And... see, I don't know how, because the issue is that, you know, obviously we're not going to be able to get a status on him at this rate. Yeah, okay, I'm going to restart, and we're going to put Vaporeon at the front, and we're just going to pray for freeze with Ice Beam. So we're just going to Ice Beam lots, and we're going to see... I only have... Oh, there we go. Okay, so we got a freeze with Ice Beam. Okay, I'm going to bite. Is that going to take you out? That is going to... Okay, so we can't do that. Okay, so Max Ether on Ice Beam. So yeah, this could take a while. I'm going to give it maybe 3 more goes, just sort of see how we go. I'm just going to try an Ice Beam. You must have Recover. Surely you've got Recover. You're a Mewtwo. No, you don't. You've got Swift. You've got Swift Disable. Oh, that's not fun. Because now I feel like even if I go into you and I Ice Punch, yeah. Yeah, this sucks. Oh man, I didn't even change. Oh well. So we know your moves. It's essentially Swift, Psychic, Barrier. And annoyingly, the only other thing we can do is poison him. And obviously freezing... We'll give it a few more goes with the freeze tactic. Essentially, it doesn't matter that I only have 2 Ice Beams, because he can only survive 2 Ice Beams. Come on, freeze. Okay, no. We'll give this maybe 3 or 4 more goes. Essentially, we'll see if we can freeze him, and if we can't freeze him, then we'll just have to move on. And then I'll give it a go, trying to, you know. That's just annoying. Okay, Pokemon. We can completely wall this, to be honest. This is not a hard battle, to be honest. You know, even though it's a level 75 Mewtwo, even Psychic is not actually doing that much. There we go, okay, so we get freeze. So now we're going to save, and we're going to see... I'm going to try and strength you. I'm going to Ice Punch. That should get you down into the red. And obviously my Pokemon box is full actually, so I can't actually do this. That was really clever. I completely forgot about that. So we can take it out. We can take out the Mewtwo quite with relative ease actually. The question is do we want to? Well, that's going to be kind of annoying. Obviously, the issue is I either go back to a 119 and I rush back and change box because I don't think I've got anything that just... I don't have anything that can just quickly get me out of here, do I? I don't have Dig. Fly doesn't work. I don't have any escape ropes, do I? Oh man, well that's kind of depressing. We're not going to be able to catch our Mewtwo. But we can say that I know I could catch the Mewtwo, essentially. I could just, you know... Yeah, that's just me being foolish. Well, in that case, we're just going to defeat this Mewtwo, and we're going to give the experience to Ursaring. And actually, we don't need to be on this one, then we can actually go to this one. And Ursaring, you can just Ice Punch. Down goes the Mewtwo! And obviously... Or actually, is it a simple run back? Nah, yeah, he's still got a way to go. Yeah, well, I mean, I obviously could have caught the Mewtwo. I would have used the Master Ball, essentially. Well, actually, I could have gone back and collected a huge load of, you know, various... Go down, there we go. We actually need to work out where we go up, because obviously there is a place where we can actually head up. And we're going to go down to this Alakazam, aren't we? Oh, we're just going to kill it. Switch into Typhlosion for speed. I guess it must be that one then. Yeah, this is obviously as far up as we can go. But then, where is... Yeah, because... Oh, there we go, okay. That gives us TM09, which is... I don't know, actually. So, pack, if we go... TM09 is Psych Up. Okay, so that follows copies. We also get the machine part for defeating Mewtwo. All of the rockets have fled. And we can exit Cerulean Cave with relative ease. So there we go. So that is that. And now what we can do is... Are you at the gym yet, Misty? We're going to see if Misty's at the gym yet. Nope, she's still not here. Which means, is she on her date? Is she on her date? If she's on her date, she'll be over here. She doesn't appear to be. So that must mean we've got to go back to the power station and give them their machine part. And that should hopefully trigger the next sequence of events here. In the Kanto region, as we see what Quagsire. Quagsire. I think that's sort of how they'd sound. But anyway, so we're going to make our way around. We're going to talk to you. He's going to be super happy. He's going to give us TMO7, which is a Zap Cannon. And as you can see, everyone says, do you have Wobbuffet? Do you want to trade it for Weezing? We obviously do have Wobbuffet, but we don't need to trade it. We can now fly back. This is actually the thing that I always forget. I actually have access to fly, which is really useful. Okay, so Bill's PC, we're going to actually have to change box to box 5. Yes, it is okay to overwrite. I think, just thinking about it, I think I saw Wild Taurus on Route 5, didn't I? Maybe. Maybe. No, that's not true. That is not true. So, where is Misty? Where on earth is Misty? I'm just going to check up here first. Yes, there she is. Bingo. So, she's going to call us a pest. She says that obviously we're probably good. And now we're going to be able to take on Misty, and that's how we're going to finish off this episode. So we finish everything around here in the Cerulean, sort of, the area around Cerulean City. So our Pokemon, Typhlosion 85, Vaporeon 82, Donphan 81, Ariados 81, Togetic 81. So, Ariados is going to lead us off, and we're going to see what will we get. I have how many? 6 revives. And she's got a bunch of trainers, so this could be difficult. Since Misty was away, I went out for some fun too. I don't know if that's in the originals, but if it is, that's creepy as hell. Anyway, starts off with a Starmie of all things. I dislike this. We can expect a Psychic type move. Nothing really eats Psychic type moves from us. Is she gonna Thunder Wave us? That's okay. I mean, we were. I say that's okay, and then that happens. We're going to Togetic, and of course our special defense falls. And she does have the Thunderbolt. And Togetic's going to go down, and we're going to bring out Vaporeon. At least she didn't paralyze our Vaporeon. So yeah, we're really screwed in terms of getting super effective moves off against. So her Golduck new Hypnosis, and lands the Hypnosis, which is not fun, and then gets a crit, so that, you know, we die and all this sort of stuff. With Thunder Punch, she's got Mantine, so Thunder Punch is not going to probably... it does take it out, that's really good. And a Seeking. And was that 0 experience that I got from this? Let me just see, is this 0 experience? It is 0 experience. Okay, so Brock has actually let us level up to 86 and no higher. So that is our level limit. We're most likely going to die here, I just realised. Well, I say that. I've just got to be a bit more careful. And hope that they don't lead off Starmie. Or anything that, you know, Ariados can't really deal with. Yeah, so I have no more mint berries, which sort of sucks, but I do have bitter berries, which I'm going to give to Vaporeon. Okay, so yeah, we're going to see what this next. She's even got even more trainers than I thought she did. Anyway, we can Giga Drain the Quagsire and get a load of health back. Well, get back a load of health to, you know, that we never lost. We can Psychic the Tentacruel, and that is a crit, and did quite a lot. Of course, because, you know, how it works, going to land every Hydro Pump. Blastoise is going to Surf, okay, so... but you've got Ice Beam. You do have Ice Beam, but actually, we're going to be able to get off a Solar Beam. This is the issue. Even though we get off Solar Beam doesn't have enough to take it out. But Ice Beam is obviously not going to be very effective on our Typhlosion, and we can Thunder Punch. And we defeat the Swimmer. And we've got another 3 Pokemon to revive. Sorry, 2 Pokemon to revive. And a bunch of Pokemon to heal. I just took it have so little health is what I want to know. Yeah, okay, so next, I'm more than good enough for you, says this swimmer. Starts off with a Gyarados. So I'm just going to Screech. And we're going to miss. Of course we're going to miss. If Sludge Bomb's a 2-hit KO, and it is a 2-hit KO, that's great. Of course, never going to miss that. Fire Blast, are you? Never going to miss that. That is so much. And of course you got Ice Beam. I mean, we need to hit it on the physical side is the thing. Just because it's a Vaporeon, which is crazy. Ah, there we go, good. Elsewhere gets a nice chunk of experience. We're not going to outspeed. Hopefully Donphan can survive 1, or can get through Confuse Ray. It can. There we go, down goes the Lantern. Slowbro. I'm just going to go into Vaporeon here. Surf. We're going to Bite. It's probably got Hypnosis or T-Way. Well, no, it can't have them both. Or, well, at least it can, but it would be very silly if it had them both, because obviously one cancels out the other. So, next. We've only got 2 more revives, so we can only really revive up those 2. Probably should have revived up Ursaring, to be honest. But anyway, so unfortunately we're likely to lose a lot of our 35 grand that we have from beating all the guys in the Team Rocket area. But anyway, so you 2 Pokemon, starting off with an Azumarill. So we're just going to Giga Drain, and Rain Dance is not good, not really good news for us. Surf is not doing a lot. Light Screen is annoying. I'm just going to Sludge Bomb, kill this Azumarill off, and then Kingdra. Just going to hope for Screech. Nope. I've got to go into Vaporeon here. Let me just Ice Beam. Wow, of course you get a crit. Of course you get a crit. And of course you get another crit. Just wonderful. If you hadn't got that crit, I would have, you know, been in complete control of that, but evidently not. Hydro Pump comes through and is super effective, but we can survive. But obviously Typhlosion gets no experience from that, which sucks. Kind of means that we're actually going to have to grind up our Pokemon. Okay, well hopefully this last guy's going to have not a lot of Pokemon. If he has like... he's got 1, there we go, so... And he misses the Rock Slide. But then he flinches. He misses Rock Slide and then flinches me. That's really amusing. Well, we'll go into Donphan, see if we can get any damage. Again, this doesn't really matter, because obviously even if we survive this for Alligator, we have to take on Misty, and I can't really do that with just 1 Typhlosion. Well, I can now. It's what I've got to do. I've got to battle Misty with just a Typhlosion. So, we Thunder Punch, and they're going to Rain Dance to really reduce my power of fire. And you've got a Lander. So it's actually better for me to Flamethrower here. And you're going to T-Wave me. And you're going to... What on earth are you doing? Oh man, oh there we go. I would have liked to have seen if I could have endured how far I could get Endure Reversal to work with that. Probably not very is the answer, but oh well. So she started off with Golduck. I'm quite happy to put Ariados against Golduck, and then we'll have to bring in, we'll try and bring in Donphan or Ursaring against the Lantern. We're going to give her one more go. I'm just going to quickly buy some, this March doesn't have any revives, so I'm just going to buy as many revives as I can, because I obviously lost some money. I don't really want to be losing more money, so we're just going to buy as many as possible. That works nicely. If we're broke at the end of this, then that's fine. Back to Cerulean. We're going to take on Misty once more. So, this time we actually have a full team. Let's see what she's going to try. So, she starts off with the Golduck. We are going to just Psychic away. Hydro Pump is going to take us out. So this time she's going for Hydro Pumps, and I don't get it. So I'm going to go into Vaporeon here. I'm just going to use Cross Chop. There we go. Get a crit. Get a crit bite. There we go. Down she goes. We get the Lantern next, which is obviously a big issue for us. I'm going to go into Donphan, predicting... Yeah, there we go. Confuse Ray, but we get through, and Earthquake is going to come through. I'm going to take out the Lantern. I think Toxic is definitely the best thing we do here. Come on, come on. Because she's Rain Danced up, and she got a crit there. What are you meant to do when you get crits all the time? So, Typhlosion. We're going to have to beat this the way we've beaten Lapras before, which is... Let it... Yes, oh, thank God. If that had taken me out, I'd have been very annoyed. Endure. There we go. We've now got a reversal. And pray that takes it out. It does. Good. Awesome. Starmie is not going to outspeed me, but I'm going to actually come back in on this thing, I think is actually the better thing to do. So I'm going to go into Vaporeon. And now I'm going to rest, expecting Thunderbolts. I do. Yeah, okay, so Thunderbolt comes in. We know we're going to wake up in a couple of turns. Unfortunately, she's doing over 120, so we are dead. Oh, man, that's tough. Okay, Togetic. Obviously, she does have the Ice Beam, but we can get off. We can at least get off something. We did actually lower her special defense there, which is actually interesting. I'm going to Strength here. And we just have to hope that Hydro Pump misses. Unfortunately, it doesn't, but we can go into Typhlosion. Thunder Punch is going to take... Wow, does actually outspeed. Okay, that's really interesting and scary. Well, we've just got a reversal. See how much that does to Quagsire. That does very little to Quagsire. Okay. Okay, so we know she's got a Quagsire, which means we need to keep one of our grass type move users, so Ariados or Togetic, alive to the end. That Donphan is the Golduck at the start is really annoying me. You've got Golduck followed by Lantern, which we can take out. Yeah, it's just gonna be tough. Really, is the answer. We might need to heal everyone up. Essentially, we might need to start leveling up. We're going to give it one more go just now, because obviously I now have very little health. Very little money, so very little to lose. If I had a Mint Berry, that would really help, but I don't. So yeah, I mean, we're just going to have to kill Lapras the way we have before, which is Thunder Punch, Endure Reversal. And that's really the only way we can take out that Lapras, which really sort of sucks, but... Oh, you are kidding me! The first time it didn't do over half. What on earth are you doing, game? Okay, do we win this battle? We do. We just about win this. But I need enough that I can come in on Starmie and live. Cross drop misses. We might be okay. Might be. Probably not. Okay, Confuse Ray, please. Oh, God, that's bad. Well, it's not terrible. I mean, again, the issue for Donphan is Donphan just gets completely destroyed by everything else on her team. That was just in case it wanted to set up Rain Dance. The fact that it doesn't want to set up Rain Dance is a good thing for us. It means we can go into Typhlosion here and not really be worried about Surf taking us out. Surf is going to come in and does so much damage. I'm going to endure, and you're going to be fully paralyzed. I don't know whether... Got a reversal. There we go. Okay, good. I was worried that reversal wasn't going to take her out, essentially. Now, we know this Starmie actually outspeeds us. I think is what we found out last time. Which actually is really bad. Hydro Pump's going to land. Thunderbolt's going to kill me. If it's got Psychic, then I'm pretty much screwed. It does have Psychic. Wonderful. Well, at least we got the that off. It means that Ursaring has slightly more of a chance with Strength. Hydro Pump misses, and Strength is going to do a good amount. There's a reason that Starmie is such an amazing Pokemon to have. I just keep Strengthening, really, is the only answer I have here. Strength. We can go into Typhlosion. We can now definitely endure. And Reversal will take out the Quagsire. It's now probably a Politoed. Okay. I have no idea what your stats are, but we've just got a Reversal. Okay, that's going to keep going down, and that's going to go to there. Okay, so Reversal takes off, what, 2/3 of Politoed's health? The rest of this is actually going to be very difficult. Maybe the reason that they don't actually tell you what level the Johto gym leaders allow you to get to is because you can do them in a variety of orders. Like maybe I can actually head south and actually take on Lieutenant Surge. Because that might actually be a lot easier. Sorry, the underground path will be temporarily closed for works. So the answer is no. I think we do actually have to take on Misty. I actually think we actually have to defeat Misty. Okay. Well, unfortunately, it looks like this is going to be a bit of an issue for us here. So, yeah, pretty much. It's going to be difficult. And we're certainly going to actually have to work on this and try and work out how we're defeating Misty, because she has a team that is very scary. And we have a limited ability to actually deal with that. So we're really going to have to deal with that quite well. So anyway, hope you have enjoyed this episode of my playthrough of Pokemon Pyrite. In the next episode, I will most likely have grinded up a little bit more, try and get everyone up to that level 86, because I honestly think it looks like we're going to need as much levels as possible. And then we'll certainly change our strategy and see what we can do about Misty. But until then, I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I hope you will join me on the next.